artists and musicians and actors and writers all trying to make it, and it's super stimulating, very interesting, because you got to meet a lot of different people and creative
right,
people,
yeah.
which are my favorite type of
Right.
people. Okay, but of course I do have goals, acting, my acting career for sure, and
right,
my
yeah.
writing too. I'm about to publish, like I finished a trilogy, a fantasy trilogy, and
Welcome to Tax Catch Up. Thank you so much for tuning in today. このショーでは僕自身の友達に電話でキャッチアップをして、その地域のローカルしか知らないような情報、または現在流行っていること、そういったことを2人で会話をしてお届けしています。毎回ですね、ゲストは世界の様々な場所から登場してくるので、違った英語のアクセントを聞ける。それも面白いポイントの一つと思います。はい、ということで、Welcome to Tax Catch Up、皆さん、こんにちは。今日でですね、なんとこのエピソードも、エピソード20ということで、20回目の記念すべきエピソードにやってきました。結構ね、イレギュラーでアップしてるんですけど、いろいろとですね、リスナーさんの方からも嬉しいコメントとかもですね、この僕のインスタグラムとか、あとは Twitter とか、いただいてます。あとはブログとかにもですね、いただいているので、これからも元気に、ですね、行っていこうと思っております。で、今日はですね、この僕のイタリア人の友達のシャンティに登場してもらって、まあですね、彼女すごくですね、今まで面白い人生と言っていいのか、いろんなとこに住んだり、しているので、まあ今日はですね、いろんな話を聞いていこうと思います。Hey Shanti, what up?
Hi Tak.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Thank you. And thank you for hosting me on your show.
No, it's so much pleasure to have you here. Yeah. Did you know this is my 20th episode?
20th?
Yeah, it's 20th,
I like
so
the number.
it's kind of, yeah.
It's like an anniversary kind of.
Yeah, anniversary episode, you know. I hit the milestone. Yes, yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
Cool.
ということで、このシャンティは日本、yeah, it's been 6 years, right? I guess.
Yeah, since 2014, last time we saw each other.
2014, correct, yeah.
And it seems like yesterday if I hear you like this.
I know,
crazy,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I have a guest, I feel like that, like always.
Yeah, and when you're friends,
the friendship
exactly, like distance doesn't
friendship never
matter.
gets old, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel really old, to be honest.
You say we are getting old? No.
Yeah, no. I mean, the friendship never gets old. Yeah. Oh, yeah, nearly 30. Yeah. But anyway, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
ということで、シャンティはですね、この日本の学校に僕が勉強した時に留学生で来ていたんですけど、すごくですね、もう、すごくモデルとか、アクティングもやってるので、むちゃ綺麗なんですね。で、ですね、いつも華やかな格好とかをしていたのを覚えています。Yeah, I gave a little introduction of you.
Yeah, flatter me.
Mainly I said I mainly said the bad thing about you. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you, you're too kind.
Okay, yeah, why don't you give us like short introduction of yourself to our listeners?
Sure, yeah.
Maybe a quick one, yeah.
So hi everyone, I am 28 years old and I was born in Turin by Italian. I have an Italian father and a Dutch mother. I grew up in Turin, where after I studied humanistic studies at high school. So I had Latin, Greek, and all the literature subjects. And then I didn't really know what to do in my life. And I thought, okay, international law sounded cool. And I always been very ideal. Tak, you know that well. You know me, very idealistic. And I thought about like entering some. Oh, you laugh. You say, "Oh, maybe too much," but entering some international organization or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Italy. So I have a major in law, in international law, and a master in diplomatic studies. And after that, I discovered my true passion, which had always been that of acting. Besides singing, and I danced as well, and dancing. And so I moved to Los Angeles 2 years ago. where I studied acting for the first time in my life. I was doing something I really were passionate about, and now I live in Rome. I have 2 cats. One is named with a Japanese name, Soseki, and the other is Virna. And I live here. I act and I write. I write fantasy books, and I love to keep in touch with all my international friends.
Yeah, I'm one of one.
Yeah, you're one of the most important ones. Like probably the only Japanese also that I've heard in the last years. Yeah, especially since my Japanese got so worse.
はい、ということで、yeah, let me put the translations here.
Absolutely.
So, シャンタルは、wait, you said your dad is from Holland, right? No, your mother is Holland.
My mother is from Holland, yeah, from Hilversum, in the Netherlands, yeah.
Okay, okay. So, お母さんがオランダの人で、お父さんがイタリア人。オランダ人です。はい。ということで、まあ、二つのね、国のホームを持つんですけど、まあ、すごくですね、ちっちゃな頃からいろいろ学問とか、文学か、そういったことに興味があって、勉強してきたんですけど、まあ何がしたいか分かんなかったんですけど、まあこの国際、インターナショナルローというふうに国際法ですかね。法律。まあそういった法に興味があったので、まあ大学とかはそういったところで勉強して、まあそこで、ですね、ディプロマを取ったり、学位も取ったりしているんですけど、まあその後ですね、まあ自分のパッションが、このアクティングですね、俳優業ですかね。そういったことにとても、パッションを持っているということに気づいて、まあ LA とかに行ったりしてですね、いろいろと学んだり、活躍もしてきて、まあ今はですね、このローマに戻ってきて、まあこの引き続きですね、このパッションであるアクティングのキャリアを積んでいるということですね。
And I forgot the most important part, that in 2013 I went to Japan for the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How could you forget?
And didn't know anything about your culture, and it was a big learning for me, a big, one of the most interesting experiences of my life, I would say. Yeah.
And there's an awesome guy, like Japanese guy, that helps you out, right?
You're my guide, yes. Well, I helped with the documents and buying everything, because in Fukuoka it wasn't that easy. I mean, do they speak more English now? Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the same.
They translate the shampoo in the supermarket in the markets.
That was the biggest like struggle that you had when you lived in Fukuoka.
Go shopping. Yeah, and ordering at the the food was pretty. They were kind of easier thanks to the pictures.
Wait. Are you a vegan?
I am. I am vegetarian, and I don't eat eggs either. I do eat diet, but I do eat cheese and dairy.
Okay.
I'm an animal lover.
Okay, cool. Animal lovers, cats lovers.
Exactly.
ということで、まあ、福岡の話をしていたんですけど、まあ、福岡の時ね、いろいろとシャンタルと仲良くしてたんですけど、やっぱり一番ね、大変だったのは、もう特に福岡、シャンプーとか買う時にね、この英語訳とかついてなくてすごく苦労したというふうに言ってて、まあそのビーガンなのでシャンタルもそういったね食べ物とかもですね、選ぶのもとても大変だったというふうに言っていました。What was the like biggest culture shock that you had when you first came Japan? When you first came to Japan?
Well, it was
if you remember though,
end of December when I got there with my mother. It was in the evening, and the outer is already different just because you feel like a foreigner, especially in Tokyo, and nobody speaks English. So it almost felt to me like almost landing on another planet, because we also have different gestures, we have different way of behaving, and you always don't know if you're hurting somebody's feelings or if you're doing something right or wrong, you know. So that was, but I must say, like almost every day I had some little surprises from the bathrooms to the supermarkets to the restaurants. It was a big discovery, and I've always been a very curious person. So I love the fact that at Seinan Gakuin Daigaku we had a lot of subjects which helped us to understand each other better, like intercultural communication and psychology and society and Japanese literature. It was very, very fascinating. Yeah. But
I remember like you used to like ask questions. I mean, you were questioning about every single aspect of Japan.
I'm a philosopher.
I remember that,
Yeah.
philosopher, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the
Yeah.
same thing counts for like us, like for you to us, right? Like it's
Yeah,
and yeah,
good
we are
point, yeah.
so far away geographically, and
Mm-hmm.
all our past is different, our religion even, and so it was really really fascinating, I think. And also being like
Yeah.
Japan being an island, it's still preserved maybe more than other lands, even more there your own identity, and that's something
Yeah.
very rare to find, especially in our globalized
Mm.
world, right? And
Yeah.
for sure, it's getting less and less, but still, I think you'll always retain some of your Japanese. Even my law thesis was on Japanese corporate governance compared to the American ones. So
Oh, yeah?
I analyzed the systems of corporate governance of the United States and the Japanese
Uh-huh.
industries, and then
Right.
there has been in the late years kind of hybridization. So the two cultures
Okay.
are getting more and more similar, and I hope it's by getting the best parts of both systems
Yeah.
rather than just
I hope so
renouncing
too,
two.
yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And
はい、
then
ということでね。
Mm.
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you
あ
translate.
の
Yeah.
I know you never stop talking, so I sometimes have to, yeah. このカルチャーショックは何ですかという質問だったんですけど、日本に来た時ね、やっぱり、まあ本当に遠くから来ているので、もう別の惑星に来た感じに思えたというふうに言ってたんですけど、まあすごくシャンタルもですね、好奇心旺盛なタイプだったので、いろんなことに関してね、質問をしていたのを福岡にいた時も覚えてますね。で、まあ、いろんな意味でですね、まあそれは日本だけじゃなくて、まあイタリアとかに日本人が行ってもそういった風に感じるのは普通だし、まあ結構ね、この日本という、とてもね、他のとこではない、まあ島国ですしね、他のとこ、もう他の国とも比べてもすごく珍しいアイデンティティというか、まあ、な国だなというふうに今言っていましたね。Okay, cool, yeah. You
Cool.
want to add more? Yeah.
No, I was just remembering my mother is really, really blonde
That's okay, yeah.
and blue-eyed, so she had a bigger culture shock because all the children were looking at her like she was an alien. I remember.
Alright,
But,
because she's super tall, right? Yeah. I
yeah,
remember
she's
that,
very
yeah.
tall and very blonde, and Dutch people are very, very direct, so very different from the Japanese style of communication.
Oh, yeah?
So she was almost scaring. Also, my aunt, when she got there, she was almost scaring people off. Yeah. And
That's funny,
yeah.
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 Okay, so where should we start? Like, there's so many, like, interesting story that I want to hear from you. But,
Yeah. You tell.
how was it, LA? How was it, LA?
Uh,
It sounds amazing though, yeah.
yeah, Los Angeles. It's one of my favorite places on earth, and I lived there for a year, thinking I would move
Okay,
there. Yes, because I went for an acting school, which is the Actors Studios. It's called the Strasberg Institute for Theater and Film, and Robert De Niro, Scarlett Johansson are some of the ex-alumni, and Al
What?
Pacino, Marilyn Monroe. So it's a really good school, and I am being
That's so
very lucky
cool.
to get in. Also, Evans, who plays Captain America in the Avengers.
Oh,
He's also
what's his name? That's
Chris
Chris Evans.
Chris
Yeah.
Evans, exactly. Yeah.
What? That's your alumni. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
That's
been
super cool,
amazing, and it's so
I'm a big
interesting.
Avenger fan, so yeah, I'm kind of jealous of you.
Me too.
Did
Yeah,
you get the
me
old?
too.
Yeah.
I'm so
You
sad
watched the whole
for
movies?
the death of I hope I'm
Oh,
not
don't say that.
No,
You just
I just
you-
didn't
you-
spoil anything. I didn't complete the sentence.
You're about to spoil. Yeah.
Come on,
I have to put
admit, I
the
believe
beep sound.
everybody who's listening to this has seen it.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways.
Well, like everybody should have watched, like, the last Avenger things by now. right?
Yeah.
If they are like a
Absolutely.
Avenger fan.
And on Facebook, any posts, I mean, somebody must
true.
have spoiled it
Good
before
point.
I did. But yeah, and so Los Angeles, it's a really great place. It's always
Okay,
summer.
can you please stop there? Yeah, just let me put the translations. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
シャンタルはね、この、LA のですね、このアクティングスクールに行っていたんですけど、What's the name of the school again? Can you repeat that for me?
Lee Strasberg? Yeah, Institute.
Okay, can you say it in カタカナ? Maybe.
Lee Strasberg. Strasberg.
Hasn't changed much. Yeah. Okay, yeah. 大丈夫です。皆さん、ショーノートの方に貼りますので大丈夫です。Yeah. この学校はですね、この、アベンジャーズの、キャプテンアメリカとか、クリス・エヴァンスですね。あとはその、スカーレット・ヨハンソンとか、まあ、ロバート・デニーロとか、そういった人も輩出した学校のようですね。そういったとこに通っていて、この LA にいたということですね。I mean, what kind of visa like you were holding at the time?
So at first I had a M1, if I'm correct, which is student visa, which your school sponsors it. So when you, and it counts until you don't, until 30 days or something after you end your studies. But
right.
Yeah. And yeah.
And that's the only. Did you like shift it to other visa on the way?
No. I always had the M1.
The student.
Yeah, the student visa. However, I got a temporary working permit of 30 days. And they give
only 30 days.
Yeah, it was so short because I did 6 months at that school before continuing with the private coaches. And so you only get... I've done 6 months, and you only get 1 month every 4 months of studies, I had 1 month because exactly. So, but I still did a small movie. Like I had a role in it's a big movie. I just had a small role in it, and advertisement also while I was there. So I used that month well,
awesome.
Even though I had to move back to Italy right after. So that's kind of a pity.
Yeah. ビザはですね、この、スチューデントビザですね。まあ、スチューデントビザの一種を持っていたということで、まあそうですね、それで、でもまあ、働けるのも30日間ぐらいだったということで、すごく短かったようなのですが、まあその中でもですね、まあ、映画とかでも、まあちっちゃな役を演じたりとか、また、ほとんどの場合はこの、アドバタイズメント、宣伝ですね。そういったので、活躍とか、経験を積むこともできたというふうに言ってますね。Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very hard for artists, for people in general, unless you already have a firm which is offering you a job and employing you, like to continue working in the US like legally. And that's why there are so many legal workers. And yes,
true,
but as an actor, absolutely you can't, because all the productions and stuff, they expect you to have official working visa. So yeah, it's it's pretty tough, and that's why I moved back to Europe.
Visa situations in the US always has been tough, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and if you have all the certifications and the qualities, they shouldn't be so strict, I believe. I mean, that's my point of view. But they're trying always to advantage Americans in comparison to foreigners. But that's, yeah, a little unfair, I would say.
Yeah. ちょっと今、ビザのことを話していたんですけど、やっぱりですね、このアメリカのビザは僕もね、結構、まあ、厳しいというか、他の国と比べてもね、ニュージーランドとかそういったところと比べても少しね、厳しいなという方に思ってたんですけど、やっぱりこのアクティングとかそういったアート系ですね、アート系の場合は本当にもう仕事が決まってるとか、雇い主がいるとか、そういった場合じゃないと、ほぼ、こういった風にですね、住む権利というか、そういったのをゲットすることができるので、すごくね、タフなシチュエーションだというふうに言ってますね。
And to anyone who's thinking about acting in Los Angeles, have you seen you've seen the movie La La Land, right, with Emma Stone?
Of course, yeah.
So it's really
it was
like
big in
that.
Japan, yeah.
So it's really tough already. It's a jungle. I mean, everyone. There are artists and musicians and actors and writers all trying to make it, and it's super stimulating, very interesting, because you got to meet a lot of different people and creative people, which are my favorite type of people. But it's still
Did Did you meet your Ryan Gosling there?
Not really. Well, let's keep.
So it's not completely the same with the movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. There are not so many Ryan Goslings after all. There, it's really unique to find. Yeah.
はい。ということで、
I met
本当に
my
LA のライ
Ryan
フは、
Gosling in Rome.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
to いうことで、このLA のライフは、皆さんも映画のララランドっていうのを、見たと思うんですけど、まあ、それとですね、ほぼ同じような、本当にそんな感じで結構みんな成功しようとしてすごく頑張ってるんですけど、大変だというふうに言ってました。Right. Okay, so obviously I never been in an acting school, so what kind of things you guys do at the school? Like, there are many like subjects.
You don't
like
want to know.
sing?
No, from the outside, I have to be honest. Yeah. It almost looks like a psychotherapy session.
Is it?
There are people crying all the time, and they really get you to
see, yeah.
dig deep into your past, into your emotions, into your memories.
Right.
And especially the Strasberg Institute, it's famous for the method, which is in fact being able to reach some of your past experiences, to give truth to the imaginary circumstances that the scene requires to.
Wow.
So, but you don't always have to suffer. And I mean, most of the time the scenes are pretty plain, but in case you can't reach to that intensity of emotion, then it's a really good help, I must say. And also all the character development and analysis, it's a very good school for that also. Script analysis.
今、アクティングスクールでどんなことをね、実際するのかというのを聞いたんですけど、まあ、本当にね、このアクティングスクール行ったことないから、旗の人から見たら本当にみんなこいつらおかしい人たちの集まりかと思うぐらい、まあ、精神科医みたいな感じで、ですね、見えるかもと言ってました。というのはですね、本当にもういつも泣く練習をしたりとか、まあ、いろんな感情、もちろんアクティングなので、そういったのを出す。いかにうまく出す、まあ、そこのゾーンに入っていくのか、そういった練習をしたりするということなので、まあ、結構周りから見たらですね、変に風に思われるかもしれないというふうに言ってたんですけど、まあ、このシャンタルが言ってた学校はすごくね、名門なので、そういったメソッド、方法でよく知られているみたいです。Is it possible for you to like give us a short lecture of how to cry?
Ooh, a short lecture. Well, everyone...
Or just like a small tip.
Well, relaxation is the first thing. So if you're tense...
The what? Sorry? Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing that they would let us do is to get rid of all the tensions in your body.
I see.
And it sounds like a silly thing, but actually when you're relaxed, your emotions flow easily.
Okay.
And
right, yeah.
So that's the first thing. And then, well, they would make us do some sensory exercises, which means you keep in your hands an object that is really dear to you, and you just feel that object, and and then magic happens. Like you, of course, well, it's not the object itself, but it's really a person or a person that gave it to you probably, and then it's all a self-discovery of your soul, I would say.
Self-discovery,
So, yeah, but
so
I mean, I don't want to make you cry. Like it's
it sounds like it's not will be done by a day or maybe like 1 hour. It takes like, a long time to master like all these skills, right?
A lot depends on your personal inclinations and abilities. Like if you have a lot of empathy already and you put yourself in, you try to put yourself in the shoes of what's really happening.
Right, yeah.
You might cry
Good
without
point,
even. It's all a question of belief. I mean, it's a main question, yeah. If you can believe it as much as it's true, then you might just act as you would do in real life. That's
cool, yeah. ありがとう、シャンタル先生。はい、ということで今ね、まあちょっと泣くのね、ちょっと教えてよってどういう風に泣けるのかっていうのを聞いてみたんですけど、やっぱりね、こういったアクティングにとって一番最初のファーストステップ大切なのは、もうとにかくね、リラックスして、この 緊張とかをね、取ることというふうに言いました。まあ、緊張を取るとですね、結構、人はこの感情的、まあ、感情もよく出せるようになるので、というふうに言ってたんですけど、まあ、多分、この上達のスピードとかもですね、まあ、人によっては本当に、すごくですね、その相手の、まあ、そのキャラクターの感情に自分を本当にどっぷり浸からせる人もいますよね。なので、まあ、一言では言えないんですけど、まあ、やっぱりその人の気持ちになって、そこに入り込めるかどうかっていうのが、ポイントというふうに今、簡単にまとめてね、言ってました。Right. Yeah.
And
That's very cool,
concentration.
yeah.
That's really important. Yeah.
Concentration, yeah.
Yes.
So do you meditate?
No, not anymore. I used to meditate, and I think it's overrated. It's all this big new age wave of meditation.
Oh, come on. I have just started this habit, and then now you destroyed it.
Really? Oh, you meditate? Well, I hear transcendental meditation. I mean, I think a lot of people lack faith, maybe, or lack some other belief, and then they try to find peace in some other way. But I mean, of course, being in silent and just staying with your own thoughts, it's super healthy, and not a lot. You don't often get the chance or the time to do that. But
True, yeah.
Yeah, I don't used to meditate in the strict word meditate. I paint, I sit in silence, I read, and sometimes, I'm just laying down with my own thoughts, and I think that's a kind of meditation too. And,
True, yeah. And then you write a book, so.
And I write, that's a really good self-meditation.
That's a ultimate, like, self-meditation.
It's really like that. Sometimes you write to yourself a lot of times, and then you read it again and say, "Oh, wow, that's what it meant." And it's cool, another psychoanalysis. And then you start to write for others, and then it might get like a real job. I don't. But I definitely, I would say keeping a diary or just writing poetry.
That's another good habit that I want to start, but never started. Never happened. Diary,
You never can. Maybe it's a more girly thing to do, isn't it?
Oh, it sounds a bit sexist.
No, well, it's just I see that, and maybe you talk to your friend. I don't know. Sometimes just speaking with a good friend can also be almost like.
No, I've been listening to like all the podcasts, and then all the the talkers, the promotional, the motivational talkers or something like. It always says, "Oh, you have to keep a diary or something." And then most of the time, those people are male. Now it sounds like a sexist, so let's stop here.
But sometimes I like to write down what I did, also just as a memory. I'm afraid I forget things.
Right,
I like to look back at the days.
You're getting old?
No, but I'm a little obsession. Like I have a box where I kept all like messages and even some receives of restaurants or bars where I went. Probably I have some with you too, and I would write with that on it because we don't retain everything. So I like to keep track of what I did.
Even when you were like living in my house, like you used to like write, right? Write the diary or something.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Oh wow, you remember it, and I didn't. Yeah. It's true. It helped me in a lot of times where I felt lonely, and writing has always been a very big need for me, and a thing I love. I always loved doing it.
Okay, yeah. ということでね、今何の話だ？そっか。集中がね、とにかくこのアクティングにとって大切というところから、僕がこのメディテーションをしてますかというシャンタルに聞いてみたんですけど、別にシャンタルはね、そこまでメディテーションはね、結構なんか過大評価されすぎてるんじゃないかというふうに言ってましたね。まあでもその代わりにね、本を書いたり、あとはね、本を読んだり、あとは、サイクリングって言ってましたかね、と言ってたり、そういったことをするんで、それがメディテーションの代わりになってますね、というふうに言ってましたね。Nice. Yeah.
But I never.
Like we're having a very deep conversations. Very
it's
nice.
always been deep, right? With Elfic.
I know, right? Yeah.
You must know that when I speak Italian, Takuya always told me I sound like an elf from the Lord of the Rings. And now it turns out I write fantasy books.
Which is correct, yeah. そうなんですよ。今話してたのが、いつもね、シャンタル話してると、僕は エルフと話してるような感じなんですね。このロード・オブ・ザ・リングのエルフと話してるような感じ。いつもね、なんかすごい教えを教えてくれるし、まあ、あとはこのイタリア語ってね、特にこのシャンタルのハンドライティングだったらむっちゃエルフの言葉に見えるんですよね。まあ、エルフのことは僕見たことないんですけど、そういうふうに、いつもエルフエルフというふうに言ってました。
I still have to teach you some Elfic language, though.
I know that Elfic.
Come
yeah.
to Rome.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I will, yeah, next year, yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about Rome then.
Absolutely. What do you want to
Yeah.
know? So,
Well, I know nothing about Rome, so
well, you've probably seen pictures or
how do you, yeah, but how do you promote Rome to all the
Rome
people who
promotes
never been?
itself. I would say it's
Okay,
it's a museum, like an open air museum. You don't have to enter
Open-air
anything.
museum.
If you come here, it's warm, just as in LA. It's getting too hot right now, also already. Lots
Oh,
of
is it?
tourists
Yeah.
also all year long. And if you
Yeah.
just walk around, you're surrounded by ancient things and temples and columns, and
Cool,
it's amazing. And there's one of the most beautiful lights. I think it's almost golden light, and the food is amazing.
Lights.
I know you Japanese love Italian food, so I would definitely recommend
Yep.
coming here for the food too. And what else? The seaside is not too far. It's half an hour by car, but you can take a train too.
It's still within the Rome, the seaside.
Yeah, it's
Like
a
a beach?
little
Yeah.
outside the city, because Rome itself it's like 30 kilometers from the sea, but everybody in the weekend goes to the seaside. It's not the most beautiful. Like you have some beauty, like Fregene, and it's a nice place. But
Yeah.
definitely, if you go a little more south, you have more beautiful. Or to Sardinia and Sicily, you have more beautiful beaches. But still, you have the sea here. And
Cool.
and Rome was built on seven hills. So, and there are lots of different
Seven. What did you
hills.
say?
So basically, the legend. No, it's a history actually. There are 7 hills like little mountains. And
hills. Okay, yeah.
Hills. Sorry, and like Beverly Hills, hills, and
Yeah.
and 7 kings also, which in the past, like the most famous
Gotcha,
kings,
yeah.
and
Right.
there on every hill also sometimes there are little different neighborhoods, so it's really
Okay.
diverse. I live in the center, like very central, close to the
Lucky you,
Pantheon.
yeah.
Very very lucky. But
Yeah.
also other neighborhoods are very very nice. There's Monti, which is more like vintage shopping, and a lot. The churches are
Cool.
spectacular. St. Peter's, the Vatican, the Vatican museums. I could be a tour guide because I like art.
Okay.
You know, I love art. So
Okay, I think I have to stop you there.
okay.
Yeah, I got
There's like
all
a
the
special
attractions is
program
Rome,
on Rome.
Yeah, I have to do my job translations. Yeah.
Oh,
OK,
yeah,
ということ
for
でね
sure.、
ローマの話をしていたので、
Sorry.
ローマね、すごい、ね、今みんなも聞いたと思うけど、すっごいね、もういいところがたくさんあるというふうに言っていたんですけど、そうですね。最初何言ってましたっけ？そう、ローマです。やっぱりこの古代から昔の建物とかすごくいっぱいあるので、まあそれが魅力の一つ。そして、やはり食べ物ですね。特に日本人はイタリア料理が好きな方も多いと思いますが、まあその食べ物も美味しい。そして、did you say Rome, the temperature in Rome is only hot?
Yeah, it's getting very hot. It might be also for the climate change, but still, it's already.
Oh, you guys have 4 seasons, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, not like Los Angeles. LA doesn't have 4 seasons. Los Angeles,
True,
it's
yeah.
always summertime. It's another day of sun, like the song says. But here, it's 4 seasons. It's getting warmer now because, of course.
But is it dry summer or?
Yeah, it's
very
pretty
humid
dry.
summer?
Yeah. And it's
Oh,
windy
cool.
also, luckily. Like most of the time, there's
Nice.
a wind coming from the sea, so it's
うん。ということで、この夏はね、すごく乾燥した夏なので、日本人の人はね、結構好きと思いますね。で、結構このローマの中にも、まあ大体そうですね、車で30分、車でちょっと行けば、こういったね、ビーチサイドもあって、そこでね、リラックスしたりもできるというふうに言ってました。で、もちろんね、気候も、四季あるようなので、 what's the best season that you recommend us to come there?
Oh, spring and well,
Spring?
even autumn, and yes, because there are less tourists for sure.
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
静かな時間というか、閑散期か。閑散期は、この春か秋というふうに言ってたので、その時に一番来るのがいいかなというふうに今言ってましたね。
Absolutely.
Cool.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But you can
Well,
always enjoy walking outside. It's really it's
yeah.
lukewarm. It's the temperature never gets too cold or.
I see, yeah.
That's you should
And then what's the best
come.
food there? I know, yeah. It's on my list, yeah.
The
What's the
pa-
best food there?
the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of pasta and the most amazing.
Pasta,
But
yeah.
even vegetables, well, I'm vegetarian, so I love vegetables, and I feel very blessed here because they really can cook them, and like you Japanese probably, but it's really tasty. It's anything you eat in Rome is super tasty. It's
Where are they from? Are there many farms in Rome or maybe outside of Rome?
there is a wide countryside. Yes, and the wine is good, and the the cheese they have a sheep cheese, so pecorino romano we call it, and they put it on pizza. No, they put it on pasta, and you can eat it as such together with a glass of wine. It's yeah.
I see, yeah.
It's
食べ物もね、やっぱりこのパスタとかがすごく美味しいというふうに言ってたんですけど、すごくね、野菜も新鮮で美味しいようです。まあ、ローマで生産された野菜ではないんですけど、本当にイタリアの、まあ、本当にローマの外からなんですけど、すごく新鮮で美味しい。で、チーズもですね、この羊の、チーズ。すごくペコリーノというチーズですけど、それが美味しいというふうに言ってました。Sweet, yeah.
I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
But Italy, it's all beautiful. So. And if you come to Rome, Naples is just 1 hour away by train, and
Is it?
Florence also just a little more north. So yeah, definitely if you come here from Japan, definitely visit Venice and all the majors, and to Torino, Turin, of course, my hometown. It's getting more and more touristic, and I believe it certainly deserves it. It used to be the first capital of Italy before Rome, even. So there are lots of palaces. It's a very elegant city.
What's do you see like any difference between like Rome? I mean, I'm talking about people, right? Yeah, the people in Turin and Rome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I actually asked the same question.
Yeah,
it's Georgia. Yeah,
it's interesting because we studied something similar. I don't know. Do you remember about the intercultural communication class? No, what was it? Psychology. Yeah, about the warmth. So in any country, almost the more you go south, and the more welcoming and open the people
I think
are.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. True, yeah. And so I feel a little bit like in Turin, people are a little more reserved. They're less outspoken, and in Rome, and in Naples, the more you go south, the more chaotic almost, I would say, or the louder but very welcoming and very, very friendly they become, even also to strangers. So I
like
could definitely
Fukuoka
say
and Tokyo.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
やっぱね、今、トリノとローマの話を今してたんですけど、まあ、どこの国もね、まあ、僕らの学校でも習ったんですけど、まあ、南に行けば南に行くほど、人はもっと温かいとかフレンドリーだっていう、セオリーを習ったんですけど、それと同じように、トリノの方はね、上の方にあるので、ちょっと、まあ、おとなしいというか、静かで、このローマの方は、南の方にあるので、結構、フレンドリーというか、外交的と言ってました。
Yeah, so Turin is closer to France. Also, is very close to France.
Okay.
And probably they retain a little bit of the French personality, or we are more similar to the French almost. Yeah.
What's the definition of French personality?
Dialect. That's no, don't let me go there. Next interview to Chloe or to a French from Frenchie. But yes, just a little more retained. A little also, the sense of humor is very different.
That's a good point.
Subtler and so and they don't open up so easily compared to a southern Italian, for sure. Even they're a little less romantic, in relationships. And normally people from the south are very bold, or very passionate, and
I see,
it gets a little colder, probably. Yeah.
The funny thing, in the last episode, do you remember Chloe?
Absolutely. Oh, you already interviewed
the French
Chloe.
girl. Yeah, we did an episode together. Now she's based in London. Yeah, she's been doing good. She's in London now. She's based in London.
Wow.
And then we did a story of comparison of London and Paris.
That's interesting.
And then she didn't say any good thing about Paris.
Yeah, I prefer London too. I think so, but just the Parisians especially are a little snobbish, and they very often.
No, I said she's liking London, but she didn't say any.
And she's French, so she's it says a lot in that case. No, London is amazing. It's tough. It's really fast paced and very high rhythm. It's I love
metropolitan. Yeah.
My boyfriend lived there. I've lived there for 5 years, and then he moved back to Rome because it was too intense, and he missed Rome.
Is it? Oh, okay. Is Rome like more laid back when you compare to, let's say, maybe Tokyo or Paris or London?
It's a very laid back city. And people are almost always late. But they enjoy life, so. It's always, while Milan also is very business oriented and everything is very precise and people rush all the time, even if they're not in a hurry. You say, why is everybody running? But here in Rome, maybe also due to the climate, but they get angry too. they're very.
Well, everybody does. Yeah.
They enjoy. Yeah, they're very loud when they get angry though. But no.
Wow, now it sounds like my type of city. Yeah, Rome. That's pretty cool. Yeah. ローマね、今結構聞いていたんですけど、ローマは他のミランとかね、なんだっけ、トリノとかそういったとこ比べると結構みんなゆったり、のんびりしているというふうに言ってました。Sorry, you're about to say something, right? Yeah.
No, I was just repeating that. Yeah, people are more laid back here because I think they give more quality time to their life. Like they wouldn't just rush all day just for their work, but they are more humanly oriented, so they are also more understanding. I sense that. So if you have a problem here, everybody is very compassionate, and they try to understand before they judge, and which I think is a very good high value
qualities. Yeah. Well, now I'm living in Tokyo, so tell me about it. I'm just kidding.
I'm sure. Well, you Japanese are very gentle and very. I admire your kindness and your availability a lot.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for that.
The softness.
Maybe the last topic here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's your maybe near future goals? Like, do you have any goals that's pushing you like day by day?
Let's put it this way. I am very happy with my life every day, but of course I do have goals. My acting career for sure, and my writing too. I'm about to publish. Like I finished a fantasy trilogy, and I'm correcting.
Where did you get the ideas?
When I was in LA, it's been a long process. I've been busy over.
Sorry, I missed up. What did you say? When you were?
When I was in Los Angeles, I already had we threw up with some ideas with a friend of mine also who is a fantasy fan, but then it really got a little bit autobiographical too. I hope it will be translated in Japanese one day, maybe. But
yes, please do.
Yeah. Well, it's not up to me. I'm
Is that like a dragon kind of movie?
No, there are no dragons. There are angels though. It's
angels.
About,
okay,
yes,
so it's a happy story. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also some dark sides to it, of course. But,
right. Yeah.
It's it's about angels.
But is like a metaphoric of, like real, how do I say, like human beings. You being like a little bit sarcastic about like real life issues or
No,
like
it starts as a love story. The first book is very down to earth, like it's a family story with two sisters, which one is looking for the other who got lost in India, and so it's also about a lot of travels, a lot of different cities. It takes place in London, in Amsterdam, in Paris, and in India again, and but it starts. So yes, the first book is a love story, and then the second one is more based in Rome, and with well, I don't want to spoil it, but still, let's say that one of the two sisters comes into contact with this more like higher level of creatures, like angels, in fact, who train. It's almost like an angel school. So
angel school.
Yeah, and it's I like to like, if I have to make a very far comparison, a little bit like Narnia or or Alice in Wonderland, a little bit of that style too.
Okay. ということでね、シャンタルさんはね、今本を書いているということなんですけど、その本ね、今3冊目を書いている途中ということで、出版ですね。本の出版もしてて、いろんな、どこからそのアイデアとかを取ってるのというふうに聞いたんですけど、ロサンゼルスに住んでる時に、ファンタジーの本とかを好きな友達とかと話してて、そういうアイデアが出てきたということで、いろんな本を書いてるということで、今はね、日本語はないんですけど、いつか日本語も出してくれるといいなというふうに、思ってます。この一つ目のブックはね、この天使のたちの話ということで、この、姉妹ですね。姉妹の話で、全部言うとね、スポイラーになってしまうので、ここでは言わないんですけど、楽しみですね、すごく。Yeah, you have to
I'll
like,
send you a
translate that
copy of
in
the
Japanese.
second one is in English now. I wrote it in
cool,
English,
yeah.
so
English version is available.
You'll be one of my first readers.
Yeah. I'm
it.
excited, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I think, yeah. Okay, do you have like any other things that you want to add?
No, I'd love to hear more about you, but this show, I know, maybe privately then.
Maybe privately, yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe privately.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, thank you so much. Do you have anything that you want to shout out, by the way? Like if you have your own website?
Follow your heart. That's why. What like a?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, hey, like find me on Instagram or blah blah blah.
I don't have Instagram anymore. I don't use it anymore.
Oh, cool, yeah.
I don't like Instagram. Nice. I find it very, I don't know, little the Vanity Fair. But I use Twitter and I have a Facebook account on which I post things sometimes, even though it's private.
Okay.
So probably Twitter if you wanna, follow me on Twitter. I would say.
Yeah, because you're an actress, so people will be interested in. Maybe.
Yeah, but there are more like serious ways to get into the business, I would say. So I don't rely too much on social media.
Let's forget it. Yeah,
it's a lot of
that's okay. Yeah,
I prefer like you do, like a website, and it's
right. Yeah,
it's more honest. I don't know. That's what I believe.
Yeah. Let's wait until maybe you publish the book in Japanese, so that I can shout out to all the Japanese people.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That would be great.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah. It was much pleasure to talk with you, Chantal. All right. Take care.
Yes. Speak soon. Bye, everyone.
Speak soon. このショーを最後まで聞いてくださりありがとうございます。このショーの感想やフィードバックは Instagram または Twitter にて僕のアカウント taxtiger_fitness こちらにですね DM またはコメントでいただけるととても嬉しいです。Alright, take care guys, shoots!